1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
Mic
Sounds
check.
good.
Okay, good. So Nick, tell me about the pre-draft process. How have things been going for you since you put your name in the draft?
It's definitely been a blessing to put my name in the draft. This is a dream of mine, something I've always dreamed of growing up as a child, and to just be in this situation and being able to bring my family along with me, it's been a great humbling situation. I've worked out for San Antonio, Boston, and Charlotte so far. All three of those workouts went well, and after the combine, I look forward to working out for some more teams.
Even though you played at Georgia in the SEC, arguably the best conference in college basketball, it still feels like you are a little bit under the radar. You're a little bit of a sleeper. Do you agree with that? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would definitely say I'm still under the radar, and I think a lot of that would stem from, we had a down year at Georgia, so all eyes weren't on us with the big schools that were winning at the time. But I keep that chip on my shoulder, and that makes me go out there and play 10 times harder every time I step on the court.
Part of that might be also the fact that you weren't, like a McDonald's All-American coming out of
Yeah.
high school, right? What were you like in high school?
In high school, definitely I would say I was a late bloomer. It took me a while to develop, and my body is still continuing to develop. And I think that's something that's intriguing about me is how my ceiling actually is and how much better I can get. So in high school, I hit a late growth spurt. Ninth grade to my 10th grade year, I grew like 5 inches in that summer, and I gradually just kept growing. So me growing and my game continuing to grow has gradually put me in the position that I'm in now.
I think one of the things that intrigues teams is the way that you were utilized this year. You played a lot on the perimeter.
Mhm.
You almost are playing like a point forward kind of role at times, which is very rare to see from a guy your height. Is that always kind of been? Is that always who you've been growing up, or is that something that Coach Crean kind of encouraged you to develop into?
Well, I would say that that's definitely kind of been my niche, just having that versatility, being able to play a lot of different positions and guard a lot of different positions. And my first year at Georgia, that wasn't utilized as much as my second year. Coach Crean, he did a great job of just showing my whole repertoire and showing everything that I could do out there on the court.
When you're at your best, what are some of the things that you're doing out on the floor?
I would definitely say just affecting the game in a lot of different ways, whether it's guard multiple positions, rebound out of my area, stretching the floor, and then just being a problem, wreaking havoc for the opposing team.
What would you say? Watching you play, you do a lot of different things well. What do you think is what you hang your hat on at the NBA level, early on at
Yeah,
least?
early on, I would definitely say defense, just defense and being an energy guy, coming in and rebounding, defense, and I'm continuing to work on my shot, my offensive game, continuing to develop that, and but when I first get into the league, I would definitely say hanging my hat on defense.
Any players that you really enjoy watching play in the NBA? I mean, besides like the superstars, any guys that you look at and you say, maybe I can contribute to a team the way that that guy does early on.
I would definitely say I like Chris Bosh a lot. I hear a lot of people compare my game to his, and I've started to watch more film on him. And as far as the superstars go, I like Giannis a lot. Yeah.
What are some of the things you're going to have to work on to reach your full potential?
Um, Two of the biggest things I would definitely say is making sure that I'm getting stronger, continuing to get stronger. I've gained a lot of weight, but I still have a really really long way to go. Just continue to my game, get stronger, and definitely I would say consistency with my jump shot. Those two things, and once I get stronger, that'll help me out in a lot of different areas. As far as like down low in the post, just having that post presence and everything.
What's it like playing for Coach Crean? I've heard a very demanding coach, but he's taken
Hmm.
some guys who are under the radar, like Oladipo, Anunoby, Thomas Bryant, and put them in the NBA. I mean, not only were they in the NBA, but they're,
Producing.
significant players.
Uh-huh.
What is it like being with him on a day-to-day basis?
Coach Crean, he's a true energy guy. I know he came in, and I think he came in around June. When I saw that they were hiring him, I knew I was gonna stay at Georgia. He coached Dwayne Wade. That's my favorite player, and from day one, I think he saw something in me that at the time I didn't see in myself. He had a vision for me, and this season we really put that vision to work, and he puts he's great with developing players. That's something that he really hangs his hat on and takes a lot of pride in. So him coming in, developing my game, me personally, it's really been a life changer, and he's been a blessing.
It feels like the role of big man in today's basketball is evolving. What are your thoughts on that, and where do you fit into that picture?
I would definitely say the game is evolving. When I was growing up watching basketball, they were bigger, kind of on guys being big and strong, being low post presence type of guys. But now bigs are starting to stretch the floor and affect the game in different ways other than just being low post scorers. Running the court, being able to guard multiple positions, switching on pick and rolls. And I feel like my game does a great job of showing all of that.
What's this week going to look like for you in Chicago? What are you looking forward to showing teams?
I feel like a lot of teams, they're still kind of have a question mark by my name. They don't know exactly what I can do. My freshman year at Georgia, I didn't necessarily play as much. So I just want to show the different things that I can do on the court with my game, just being versatile and affecting the game in a lot of different ways.
You're in a little bit of a unique position in this draft. You're testing the waters. You've got, it seems like a good place to return to, but you've also got people really intrigued by you. And how do what are you looking for? What are you trying to get out of this process? And what's going to go into your decision making for whether to stay in or withdraw?
Yeah, I'm definitely in a win-win situation. There's a great recruiting class coming in that Coach Crean and his staff, they've got coming in. And so, I would love to go back and play with those guys. But also, the NBA is my dream. And that's something that I've been dreaming about since I was, 4 years old. So if the situation is right for me, then I'll keep my name in the draft.
Great stuff, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, appreciate it. No problem.